The Distinguished Flying Cross is one of the highest honors bestowed in the United States for heroism and extraordinary achievement in aerial flight. Since the DFC was established in 1926, thousands of aviators have distinguished themselves under fire and in the line of duty. One recipient relates his experience.
We'd been called by the coordinators in Saigon to go over to a fire base that was under attack. You have to remember that our aircraft, the AC-119 Shadow, flew exclusively at night. Our version of the aircraft was strictly for troops in trouble on the ground. On this particular night it was a fire base, and it was lit up like 2 in the afternoon. There were flares all over the place, tracers flying around. You could actually see some of the enemy units coming toward the perimeter. So we rolled in and began firing immediately with these miniguns of ours. We turned on our big xenon arc spotlight and we kicked our own flare out, all in coordination with the ground commander. And a few seconds after initiating our penetration, flare hung up in our automatic flare launcher in the back of the airplane. And of course it's a very hazardous situation. These flares are primarily magnesium. When they go off, they take the whole back of the plane with it in a pretty, 3,000 or 4,000 degree incineration pretty quick. So I got permission from the aircraft commander to go back and help, and another gunner went with me. And we tried to figure out a way to get the thing out of the tube pretty quickly, and I got a big long stick that's for that purpose and gingerly pushed this sucker because you don't know if it's going to go off or not. We got it out of the tube, then it hung up on the arming lanyard and was banging around in the back of the plane with the sparks showing that the fuse had already ignited. So at that kind of a moment, you don't think about anything, you just do what's called for. But I had this long stick and I just, without thinking, swung out in the airstream. I remember it almost taking my helmet off. Took this damn stick and I got a point of leverage down where that lanyard was connected still to the flare launcher and just ripped it. And it fell away and of course immediately ignited. Hell, I just called on the radio and said, AC, we're clear of the flare. We went back to work. We were gratified that we drove off the attackers probably within about 20 minutes. And I don't think you get the shakes or anything of that sort of thing until you're actually back in terra firma, at 4 in the morning in this case. Something I think that happens to almost every soldier, every airman, every sailor. All the talk about the context, political context or military context of what you're doing at the moment just goes away. The only thing that matters is your buddy. And in this case, just a disembodied voice of some guy with an accent from, Indiana or Ohio or Florida. But that same feeling, I think, takes over, and it's I think, a moment of self-discovery for a lot of people in that situation. They find out what really matters.
While this account is unique, each story is a selfless act of courage, bravery, and devotion. To honor its recipients and to recognize the importance of the award, the Distinguished Flying Cross Society was established in 1994 and currently has more than 3,300 members. To learn more about the Distinguished Flying Cross, contact the Distinguished Flying Cross Society.